it's a very, like, there's this beautiful synergy there that we both help each other's lives be better. And that's from connection. It's from being authentic. It's not from, you know, having the nicest car and the nicest outfit and being a complete bitch to somebody. Like, I've watched people just be so hateful. And the sad thing is, from my observation, when I see that, I just feel like, what a missed opportunity for love. Like, what a sad human that is just walking around, just, you know, lashing out because they're so insecure. And if we can remember that, we won't take this stuff personally when a person strikes out at us or lashes out. It isn't about us. It's about them. Like, they are damn insecure. They're struggling. They're probably flailing around because they've lost their connection with Source, and they're trying to fulfill that sense of connection through things. And that is insanity. It's never going to help us feel better. So I'm going to take a pause and see if anybody else has a question or a comment.
Nope.
Well, why not? I'm just kidding.
Because everybody is aligned.
All right, that's awesome. That is so good. I'm excited to know that day when it comes. Let's all hold that vision. So I was going to read you guys a couple cards I drew for today, and I feel like they're perfect for what we're talking about. One of them is the High Priestess Archangel Haniel, and this is an angel I work with all the time, like the one that helps me with my intuition, helps me to really hear the messages when I'm doing auric clearings. And, you know, like I work with clients in person or remotely. So sometimes when I work with a client far away and they've never met me and I've got all these messages that are coming through, they're kind of like, what the hell's happening? Like, how do you even know that stuff? And what I help them understand is it's not that I, Tanya, know it. It's that I am channeling and opening up to receive messages for that person from their angels. And that's really how it works. And so it doesn't matter if they're right in front of me or if they're thousands of miles away. It works just as powerfully. And the reason I love teaching my mentorships and my empowering classes and why I'm expanding and ready to travel and do retreats is that we all have the ability to do this. We all can tune in, but we have to practice. We have to cultivate this strength. Just like you'd have to work out consistently to feel strong in your body, you have to cultivate the strength with spiritual empowerment as well. You have to work out your psychic muscles. You have to work it out, and you have to practice consistently listening and meditating. And what I love is practicing deep listening, and that's what meditation is for me. It's not, you know, there's different types of meditation. When I teach meditation classes, we will do conscious creation, where we will go in and we'll consciously create something, 555. Or there's times where we will just practice deep listening and deep receptivity. And this can be so healing for the body, for the mind, for the soul. When you just feel you've done too much, you're tired, you're overworked, go and just breathe and quiet your mind, put an eye pillow over your eyes, and practice deep listening. And do that every day. Walk in nature and practice deep listening. Really connect with the trees, with the birds, the singing, the wind. Like, don't just be out there on your phones all the time or talking or chattering and on your computers, and all this connection that we're doing with technology can be a tool and a helpful tool. But if we're doing it too much, it can disconnect us from the most important connection we have, which is with our source. So Haniel's the one that came up today. She's saying to listen to your intuition, have patience. There's that word again. Consider carefully what you want before acting. That's pretty wise. So it says you drew this card because the answers that you seek lie in your feelings and emotions. Trust your intuition and the power of your natural psychic abilities. Pay attention to your dreams and any intuitive messages that you receive as they are accurately guiding you, which was so spot on for me with the dream I had. It turned out to be true. And people were like, wow, Tanya, like that actually is happening. So pay attention to your dreams, guys. Like a lot of us, when I post my dreams on Facebook, I notice a lot of people chime in and they're like, I'm having dreams like that too. Whoa, weird. And we start to connect and realize the universe is talking, and it's talking to many of us. It's just there's only maybe, you know, a scattered few that are totally deep listening. But what if we all started to deeply listen? This would change everything. And that's it. It's not that hard of a thing to just listen. There's no need to race into action right now. However, instead take time to gain more insight, since things may not be as they appear on the surface. Withdraw from the noise of daily life and ask for guidance from your angels and guides. Everything that you need to know will be revealed to you in the perfect time, as I call divine time. Just have patience. Additional meaning: silence is golden. Study spiritual topics. Keep your dreams and desires to yourself. Learn from emotional situations. Archangel Haniel is a goddess-like angel of grace and feminine spirituality, such as intuition and clairvoyance. Like a true high priestess, Haniel will act as your spiritual teacher and advisor to help aid you in discerning which feelings and ideas to follow as trustworthy guidance. Call upon Haniel to increase your clarity in connecting with the angels. So I feel she's coming up to help us all. Like any of you listening today that are curious about angels, maybe you're not experientially sure they're real or exist. Don't take my word for it. I encourage you to go and test that theory and make it a true reality. And that's, we were talking today about like when I had a trip with my soul sisters to Hawaii, there was like a level of what I can teach of alignment in a workshop and its theory as far as to them, because I'm teaching my experience and I'm expressing it. But when we were there experiencing together, they were learning so much, like, oh my God, this is what we were talking about. And that's what's so awesome. And this is why I want to do retreats where we go away for like 3 days to a week with each other and we deeply get into that deep listening together. It can be so transformational because you're going to be in this place where you're kind of distancing yourself from your old movie and you're deeply connecting and listening and having this amazing transformation happen by experiencing it. So if you guys are kind of curious about angels, you're not sure about them, maybe some of you think I'm totally full of crap. You're like, that girl is cray-cray. That's okay. You can think whatever you want. But what I encourage you to do is to test it out and to ask for confirmation. Ask your angels, your guides to bring you confirmation, to bring you experience that you will know in every cell of your being to be true. And start listening and paying attention, because for some of you, it's not that the universe isn't bringing you the miracles or bringing you the magic or the confirmation. It's just you're not listening. It might come in and you're just like, oh, that was weird. What a random weird thing. Isn't that a coincidence? And then you go back to your busy life. And no, it's not random, weird, or crazy or a coincidence. That's synchronicity happening. And synchronicity, when it's paid attention to and when you honor it, can lead to more synchronicity. And it becomes this really magical, flowy experience that is what life's all about. It's that synchronistic flow. It's all about that and the joy. And that's the opposite of the insanity of humanity, which is to chase and to go and control. One last quote that I was going to make a note of before, connected with the movie 7 Years in Tibet, was where the Tibetan woman said to Brad Pitt when he's trying to show off and his ego's kind of owning the show, and she tells him so gently, so truthfully, and so powerfully that in his culture, they salute and they praise the man who pushes his way to the top. And in her culture in Tibet, they salute and they praise the man who abandons his ego. And I feel like at the essence of releasing the insanity, it is that. It is exactly what she summed up in one little phrase, is abandoning the ego. You no longer chase the seduction of the carrot. You no longer tell yourself or convince yourself or try to believe that you need to be anywhere other than where you are right now, which is present. It doesn't mean you won't go on a vacation or you may not move. It means that wherever you are, you will be right there, 100% present, and you will make those choices with that presence and that clarity, with that complete authenticity and integrity. That is going to do such a shift. It's going to make such a shift on our planet when we all start to do this, compared to when we just chase things blindly and egotistically, and we just hope that they'll someday fill that void and that hole that's inside of us, because nothing will fill that except for you healing the wounds that are there that tell you you're not enough. So that's the thing I do. If any of you want to work with me as a healer, contact me. I would love to assist you remotely or in person. And I only have a few weeks left, but for the month of April, I have spring clearing specials for the Auric clearings, in person or remote. Buy 2 sessions. You pay full price for your first, and your second session's half price. And that is an amazing deal. So those who've worked with me know that's an amazing deal. And I told people they can use it throughout the year. So if you get 2, if you want to buy 4 sessions, you can use them for the rest of the year, or you could gift them to a friend. If you have a lover that's open to coming or working with me that really needs to heal some stuff, really think of the gift of that. Rather than go buy them another tool or distraction or go get them drunk for their birthday, really think about how healing and getting them aligned and in their alignment and their power would help both of you. And of course, that's if they're open to it, because we can't make people, it's like you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink kind of thing. It's so true. So if you think of that as a gift idea, you want to nudge your mom or your sister to come see me, I offer that special to anyone who's ready. And what else was I going to say before we sign off? For those local, I have yoga teacher training starting, and those remotely, I can take a couple distance clients through Skype. I still got to figure out how to get all this whole webinar stuff going. So if any of you know that, contact me if you want to help me. But for now, I can take a couple clients on my computer through Skype. So if any of you are interested in joining me for the teacher training, it's the last Sunday of April, and it goes for 3 months. We meet once a week, every single Sunday. And then if you're interested in the Empowering Empath mentorship, that's 6 months long, and it starts this coming Saturday. And we just meet for a couple hours the third Saturday of every month for 6 months. And it's amazing. And it's such an empowering place for empaths to come, because some of you are struggling just because you feel like you're going through this all by yourself. And so these workshops are great at me sharing wisdom and tools, but also for you guys connecting with each other and realizing you're not alone and you're not crazy. You just maybe need to feel supported. And as you feel supported, you can really thrive. So if you're feeling called to do any of those things with me, reach out as soon as possible. And as far as the specials, they end the last day of April. So I would seize the moment on that. If you're feeling it, go for it and don't procrastinate. And like I said, next week we will not have a live show. We'll just play an old show. And you guys can go and follow me on YouTube and watch any of them anytime on Tanya Angel. But I look forward to connecting with you guys again a week later after my wedding. So next week on April 20th, visualize it being gorgeous and sunny and wind-free at Cannon Beach so that we can have a really beautiful ceremony. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Love you so much, and go out there and shine and be authentic. That is all the universe is asking for. Mwah! Namaste.
Namaste. Good day. Namaste. Have a good day.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Help In with Debbie Brooke, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCBVI members, The Tanya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by Atomus.com, makers of quality video recorders and converters for professionals. CarolinaApparel.com and DeltaForce.net.
Awareness of all this puts all energy in our possession. As much as you guys see me
speaking my truth on this show, I do a great job with it. But there are times we all go through where we're biting our tongue with that loved one, and we're just, I'm not going to say anything to that, roommate or that sister or that husband or that boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the situation may be, our boss, and we hold back our truth because we're at some level, we're afraid to completely be authentic. Because I feel, when I process it in myself, when I'm nervous to speak my absolute truth to someone, that's, let's say, very much being rude and hateful and judgmental, and instead